Beautiful day today. Wow.
Yeah, much better than yesterday.
It looked like a castle.
This is old St. Mary.
At the light, turn right onto Avenida Menendez.
Look at that. There are many sailboats. What's sailboats? That's sailboats down there?
Right in there.
There are many sailboats down there. Look. This is the place here in St. Augustine. This is the old story.
That's it. I think I gotta go one more. It says 150 feet.
The historical houses. That's it.
Oh wait, am I supposed to go that way? No. We're gonna drive in.
In 900 feet, turn left onto Cordova Street.
There's a park at the back.
You wanna walk around down here in some of this old historical district?
Yeah, sure.
They just call me Sam the Spaniard. Sam the Spaniard will call me. I'm your tour guide for the store. We're going to be making 22 stops. You folks are more than welcome to get off at any of our 22 stops to explore St. Augustine. See, whatever 20 stop you get off at, wherever you get off at, Old Town Trolley shows up approximately every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, so you're welcome to get off at any of our stops and explore St. Augustine. You don't have to hop on the trolley on the same stop that you got off at. But if you do, if you hop on the same stop you get off at, you won't miss any of the things that we'll be showing you throughout the tour. Safety rules, folks. Please keep personal belongings and body parts inside the vehicle once in motion. There's no smoking of any kind. Don't drink alcoholic beverages while on board. Sorry, folks. And please do not step in between my trolley cars. One of the reasons why the Spanish king decided to send out his greatest admiral, he sent out Don Pedro Menendez de Avilés, along with troops and hundreds of Spanish colonists. They arrived here less than a year later on September 8, 1565, and then formed a settlement here on San Agustin, St. Augustine, the oldest city in our nation. Just days later, Pedro Menendez's men were already marching north to the middle of a hurricane towards the French settlement of North Carolina. They arrived safely and were able to capture and destroy the French settlement. It's a replica of the northern wall of St. Augustine. It started right there at the side of the fort. From there, it stretched all the way down to the intersection up ahead of us. Here's another replica next to your left. Another replica of the northern border coming up here in front of us to the right. The original walls were taller than these replicas that you see here. The northern wall was called the cupola. These cupola in Spanish for bucket. The spiky plants on your right are nicknamed Spanish bayonets. They were placed alongside the walls around the city to make it difficult for enemies to be able to climb the wall into the city. I'm sorry, the Spanish for rosary. From here, went to the left for 9 blocks alongside a deep creek that was here at the time. On your left, this is Lindsay, the manager of the Authentic Drugstore in Potter's Wax Museum. Good morning, Lindsay. I'll talk to you about that place in a few minutes. In front of us to the left, that's Ed the Pharmacist from the same spot from the Authentic Drugstore. So different parts of the walls around the city, there were what were called the redoubts. Here's a replica on your right. These redoubts were military outposts. Good morning, Ed. They were military outposts with cannons mounted on them. They were manned 24 hours a day protecting our city's borders. Each redoubt has its own name. They're all named after Catholic saints. This building the St. Charles County School Board. Back in 1910, it was the only street school for kids grades 1 through 12. The teachers were paid $20 a month at that time. The kids were running by every trolley stop you get off at, wherever you get off at, Old Town Trolley shows up approximately every 15 to 20 minutes.
We can go down in 15 minutes, that doesn't say.
Well, let's just go.
Last report is at
Stop
4:30.
somewhere.
Last report at 4:30. At that time, the likely used to be at India for a trolley stop, waiting for a trolley. There's the building on our left. Every so often, people ask me, what's that building being built? So I'm just going to tell you, they're building a Renaissance hotel. A Renaissance hotel. That'd be a street. You get to climb up a replica of an old Spanish watchtower. This is stop number 5. Stop number 5. Colonial Quarter and the Saugatuck Pirate and Treasure Museum. Right around the rock. Continent and Castillo in San Marcos. The port's been there since 1672. For this current port, St. Augustine has seen 9 wooden forts. Each of them were destroyed either by fires or pirate raids. The last wooden fort, the last one, was burned down by English pirate Robert Sullivan's men. They also burned down half of St. Augustine. So the Queen of Spain, by the end of the Austria, authorized the construction of this current port. This is stop number 6. Stop 6. The Queen made sure that this fort here was built not with wood, but this time a natural material that is discovered across the bay here. This material that is discovered is called coquina. Coquina is a mixture of sand, limestone, and seashell. It took 2 decades to build this fort, you see, coquina, but once it was built, the fort has never been taken in battle. I'll tell you more about this fort when we get there. Stop number 17. Three, if you have bad taxi credit, you need to march down these several German streets. Not knowing what there were Spanish ambushes waiting for them. At this courtyard on your left, you find water fountains, public restroom. The stop sign in front of us, the street in front of us going over Santo, is in the state of Florida. Yep, has a bell tower. So Mr. Flanders told him not to put a bell up there. He told him that the bell would disturb his hotel guests. He had a lot of money. This grand church on our right is the flag from the Memorial Presbyterian Church. If I were to tell your guests about this church, Henry Flanders. Yep, Mr. Flanders built this church in the 1880s in memory of his daughter Jenny, who died from infant childbirth. This church is modeled after the same mark for support measures. Right? Then first, the Augustine here is the Menorcan Quarter. The Menorcan Quarter. Back in the 1700s and the 1760s, there was an indigo plantation. South of us, and there's somewhere else. The plantation was owned by an Englishman named Andrew Turnbull. He had dangerous servants working for him at the plantation from an island called Minorca, which is in the Mediterranean Sea. The plantation didn't last long. The mistreated starving Minorcans escaped and they went north towards St. Augustine. The British governor of Florida gave these Minorcans as part of St. Augustine for them to move into. Yes, the British governor of Florida. You see, the Minorcans came up here right when Spain gave Florida to the British over a signed contract. Let's just say that Spain was in danger of losing Cuba, they'd rather lose Florida. So anyways, the Minorcans arrived here while the Spanish were packing their bags, leaving for Cuba. The Minorcans arrived before the British eventually arrived later on. Thanks to these Minorcans, St. Augustine is our nation's oldest continuously occupied European settlement, the oldest city in our nation. And now we're going to fast forward to the Gilded Era of the mid-1800s. Henry Flagler, co-founder of Standard Oil, owner of the Florida East Coast Railroad Company, and business partner of John D. Rockefeller. Mr. Flanders, for along with Augustine, he built his first grand hotel here in 1888. So later that same year, he wanted to build a second hotel, the Augustine Arabic for Palace. Part of the property where Mr. Flanders was to build the Augustine Hotel was owned by the local Methodist congregation. So Mr. Flanders made a deal with them. Mr. Flanders went and built them this church on your right. This is the Grace United Methodist Church. Yep, Flanders built that church. The White House. Only the wealthiest people were able to afford to stay at this invite-only winter hotel. Now, if you look to your right, on your right, that round part of the building that folds out with those old stained glass windows on it. That was the dining hall of the hotel. Yeah, it's 600 people inside. Today it is the dining hall for the college students. And what this is today, Flagler College. And those stained glass windows that you saw, those windows were put there by Lewis Comfort Tiffany Company. For Henry the Backer. Yeah, those are Tiffany windows. Those stained glass windows are currently valued at over $130 million. I'm not sure if Flagler College reopened yet, but normally you can go in the main lobby, coming up on our right, and once you're there in the main lobby, you can register for the Flagler Legacy Tour. Yeah, looks like they haven't reopened yet. Abraham Musalam then went and turned this into what it still is today, the Villa Solaida Museum, currently owned by his descendants. Here in the Villa Solaida, you get to see all sorts of exotic items that he and Franklin Smith, the builder and original owner of the building, collected from all around the world. You have all sorts of exotic items in this museum from all around the world. They provide audio tours in English, Spanish, and French. This is stop number 9. Stop number 9. They're collected from all around the world. This is stop number 10. The building is a private office building. That's what it is today. A private office building. Talk to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. himself, who come down here from out of state. Secretly spent an annual or two homes there, and they conduct peaceful protests against segregation here in St. Augustine the next day. Yep, Dr. King stayed in those two houses back then. The street that we're crossing right now is named after him. On your right, Dr. King marched down the street with lots of civil rights activists and marched all the way down to the city's central block. The other street named after him, where he's been at, is in Atlanta, Georgia. Lincolnville was once the heart of art and culture here in St. Augustine. Coming up on your left is one of the two surviving plantations in St. Augustine. The Alaha Plantation. The Alaha is Seminole Indian word for orange. It was that plantation was the orange grove plantation of P.B. Dumas, the brother of Alexander Dumas. The man who wrote the Three Musketeers and the Count of Monte Cristo. Now coming up on your right, this was the home of Dr. Whedon. Dr. Whedon was the personal physician, the Seminole Indian warrior Osceola. When Osceola was in prison here at the fort, Osceola was suffering from some type of malaria. He and Dr. Whedon became good friends. Eventually, Osceola was transferred to Fort Marjorie, South Carolina. Dr. Whedon went after with Osceola to continue to treat him. But eventually, Osceola passed away due to his health conditions. What his buddy Dr. Whedon did was, he took Osceola's head, he embalmed the head, brought the head back home here with him for experiments. Yep, Dr. Creepy. This building St. Augustine Distillery. The back part of this building, coming up here on our left, is the ice plant that once delivered distilled water and lots of ice to Henry Landers Hotel. Inside is a restaurant, vintage bar, and restrooms. On your right is one of the original delivery trucks of the ice plant. On the other side of the building, which is our next stop coming up, the St. Augustine Distillery provides free tours every half an hour. Yep, free tours. You get delicious alcoholic samples from the tour. Kids that go on these tours, kids get pink lemonade. The entrance is right to that door on our left. Now they haven't opened yet. This is stop number 11. Stop number 11. Dispatch, this is Salmon on stop 11, stop 11. Only one row is occupied. Really sorry, folks. By my personal opinion, affordable chocolate tours daily. You get to sample different types of chocolates throughout the tour. You register at the retail store on the right. That's where the tour starts right there. Before they walk you over to the factory on our left. This is stop 13, stop number 13. The chocolate tour times are posted right here next to me on my right. Alright, and get up to the next stop right here at the winery, and they have plenty of drinks here too. Afterwards, I have trouble climbing up on my trolley. No problem, I have no climb up on a trolley. They're on vacation, right? The unruly ones, I try to... It was owned by Clarissa Anderson and her son, Dr. Andrew Anderson, who was once mayor of St. Augustine. Their business there involved orange groves. Didn't last long due to the winter. This person, Mr. Smith, also did that tall grand building directly straight ahead of us. That was Mr. Smith's hotel in the late 1800s. That was his Casa Monica hotel. Yep, right there in front of us. He was in competition with Henry Pottery, all border of Spanish settlements, including St. Augustine, to have a central plaza, a town square. The central plaza of St. Augustine is still here after all these centuries. I'm talking about that big park next to you on your left. Depending on where you have traveled or not have traveled, this big park, this property, may be the oldest one you have ever seen. This property has been here since the late 1500s. Many consider this to be the oldest park, a church, a government building, a marketplace. The structure directly to your left. On your left is a replica of the old Spanish marketplace. St. Augustine held the first marketplace in all the New World. Named after the very short-lived Spanish Constitution of that same year. Today I'm going to nickname this the Plaza because it's a lot easier to just call it the Plaza, right folks? Instead of a Plaza de la Constitución, right folks? Just like people call me Sam the Spaniard, instead of Samuel Jose Antonio Joaquin Prieto. Just kidding, folks. My name is actually Samuel Prieto. It makes it easier. Here, spelled all kinds of shops, restrooms, and water fountains. A handful of attractions, such as the Currently, yeah, it was open every day, but currently it's only open Friday through Sunday. It's open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's a small free museum inside, a small history museum, free. And they provide building right there in that road. I will park alongside, you can park alongside the curb.
Even though there's
There.
orange.
Siege, only twice. Both siege lasted several weeks. Both siege lasted several weeks. There were both siege. Just like the old Spanish flag, the Florida flag also has a white background with a red X going across the whole flag. It's a old tribute to Spain. Here in front of us is a replica of an old Spanish watchtower. see a long stretch of wooden wall right across the building. That's a, like I mentioned earlier, that's a replica of the northern wall of St. Augustine from the original wall was taller than this
That's
replica.
the wall of St.
If you look at the
Augustine.
other side of this wall,
It's
you
still
notice that the tree lines are
complete.
vertical. The reason for that was to make it difficult for enemies to be able to climb the wall into the city. Cannonballs were not able to destroy this fort. Because of all the shells and the volcano walls of the fort, the walls would absorb the impact of the cannonballs. In the dark of the night, the Spanish would quietly step off the fort and pull out the cannonballs from the wall. Yet the Spanish people would come the cannonballs and be shot at them. And then later, at the first sight of daylight, the Spanish would go and shoot these cannonballs right back at the enemy's ships. Yep, an early form of recyclable cannonballs.
How many soldiers?
The person that went to home, the Warden Castle. Mr. Warden was the president of the St. Augustine Gas and Light Company. That's the building that is today the European documents that were written here in the New World. Half of the original coffin of Spanish Admiral Don Pedro Menendez de Avilés, the member of the Spanish settlers here from St. Augustine. In the building, you also find restrooms, water fountains, religious gift shop. This is stop number 20. Stop number 20. And there's that cross I told you about there on your right. Also on your right, notice what looks like a house in the middle of a cemetery. That's the old St. Mary's shrine I told you about. Now that area between the shrine and the huge cross, that area right between them, that's where the Spanish arrived on September 8, 1565 and formed St. Augustine. Yep, right in that area between the shrine and the huge cross. I'll give you food for the peacocks. There's an actual Indian burial ground in the park, a small step right here. This is Magnolia Avenue. One thing we'll not find here on the street are magnolia trees. There used to be magnolia trees here on Magnolia Avenue, but the Windsor got rid of them in the early 1870s. The typical natives here.
You want to walk over here to the fountain thing and just walk around the park?
This is the old jeep before.